Hello everyone, welcome back to GK Today. Myself Sia and very good morning. I hope you all are doing very well. So actually due to recent heavy rains in Jaipur, we are currently experiencing a power cut. So that's the only reason I am not on time for today's session. Additionally, I wanted to mention that it will take a few days more for all of us to get comfortable with the upcoming session, as I am working on both in English and in Hindi, and this is a new beginning for me, and I hope you all will cooperate with me. And please believe me, I am doing my best 101%, and with time, everything will fall into place. So, in advance, thank you for understanding and patience. So, now let's start the session with the in depth analysis of the daily current news. Also, these questions are part of daily 20 MCQ series, which is available on GK Today application. So, let's start the question. The first one is, recently which organization has approved a $1.5 billion loan to support India's green hydrogen initiative? So recently the answer is World Bank. World Bank has approved a $1.5 billion loan to support India's green hydrogen initiative for India's low carbon energy development. This funding will boost green hydrogen, electrolyzers and renewable energy. Let's find the key discussion point. So World Bank approves $1.5 billion for India's support. So the main target set by the Indian government in the renewable sector. So the Union government approved rupees 19744 CR National Green Hydrogen Mission. So there are many targets set by Indian government, and some of them we will discuss here. So 500 gigawatt total renewable capacity by 2030. So the target year is 2030 for 500 gigawatt total renewable, in which solar to contribute 280 gigawatt of this target. The net zero emission achieved by 2070. So the target is set by 2017. And also for the railway, the target year is 2030. In the sector of green hydrogen, the target is by 2030, we have to produce 5 million tons annually by 2030 in the green hydrogen target. The main target is 20% ethanol blending in petrol by 25-26, and also we have to reduce HFC, hydrofluorocarbon, by 2047. Also, coal gasification targets, in which 100 million tons coal gasification we have to achieve by 2030. Also, Himachal Pradesh aims to become India's first green energy state, 100% renewable energy powered by 2025. That's the target of Himachal Pradesh, to become 100% renewable energy state by 2025. With the context of nuclear capacity target, the target year is by 2031, and the capacity will be 480 megawatt. We have a target of blending 5% biodiesel in diesel, and the target year is 2030. Also, with the context of electric vehicle, main target is 30% of all vehicle sales to be electric by 2030, and with the context of electrolyzer manufacturing capacity, the target is 60 to 100 gigawatt capacity manufacturing by 2030. Fine. So these are the some of the targets set by the Indian government to achieve till 2030, 2047 and many more. Fine. Let's move to the next one. Recently, the Space Exploration and Research Agency SARA announced with which country as a partner nation for the human space flight program? So the answer is India. So recently, SARA, a US-based space agency, announced India as a partner nation for the human space flight program. So basically, they will offer 6 seats on a future New Shepard mission to citizens from countries with limited space presence. So let's find the key discussion point of this collaboration that recently happened between SARA India and Blue Origin, US-based space agency. So recently, partnership formed between US-based Space Exploration and Research Agency between Blue Origin and India. These all will collaborate in this mission. So the mission is Human Space Flight Program. This will offer 6 seats on future New Shepard mission for citizens from countries with limited space presence. And also, New Shepard is a reusable suborbital rocket. The journey detail will be of 11-minute flight. Also, in this space program, this will cross the Karman line. Karman line stands for Internationally Recognized Space Bound. Fine. So let's find the revision question regarding space program. So what is the name of the Russian cosmonaut who recently became the first person to spend 1,000 days in space? So the name is Oleg Konenko. Fine. Akatsuki mission recently seen in news is associated with which space agency? So the agency is JAXA. Recently, ISRO collaborated with which company for sustainable space exploration through additive manufacturing? So this collaboration is with Wipro 3D. Next is recently which country has launched its first space agency and plans to make a Mars landing by 2045? So it's the initiative of South Korea. Answer is South Korea. Next one is recently which Indian space startup successfully launched Agniban suborbital rocket? So the name is Agnikul Cosmos. Fine. Let's move to the next session. Next one is Indian Army recently conducted joint military exercise Maitri with which country's army? So recently Indian Army conducted joint military exercise named Maitri with Thailand. So the answer is Thailand Army. So basically, the aim of this bilateral exercise to enhance defense cooperation. Let's find the key discussion point and location of the exercise. Participants are Indian Army and Royal Thai Army. Date will be 1st to 15th July 2024. Location is Vachira Prakan, Thailand. Exercise name is Maitri, initiated in 2006, and purpose is enhanced defense cooperation. Fine. Let's move to some revision question. Recently, where was this exercise Cyber Suraksha 2024 held? So, exercise Cyber Suraksha, answer is New Delhi. Next one is which two countries recently carried out the 7th edition of the joint military exercise Shakti? So, the two countries are India and France. Fine. Next one is recently Indian Army's Kharga Corps and the Indian Air Force have conducted a joint exercise Gagan Shakti 2nd in which state? So the answer is Punjab. State is Punjab. Next one is recently which armed force conducted exercise Purvi Leher on east coast under the operation control of Eastern Naval Command? So the answer is Indian Navy. Fine. Let's move to the next question. Recently, where was the third United Nations conference on Afghanistan held? So, the interesting one. First of all, the conference on Afghanistan held in Doha, Qatar. The edition is third. So, for the first time, the Taliban participated in the United Nations conference on Afghanistan held in Doha on 30th June and 1st July 2025. Fine. Attendees are from 25 countries and organizations including the EU, European Union and Shanghai Cooperation also participated in this conference with Talibani group. Let's find the key discussion point of this event. Third UN conference on Afghanistan, which was held at Doha in Qatar. The first two edition of this conference was also at Doha in Qatar. From India, JP Singh, Ministry of External Affairs, represented India in UN third conference on Afghanistan. And from Taliban group, Jabihullah Mujahid was present. Fine. Let's find the key discussion point of Taliban. Taliban generally means student. It's an Islamic militant group and it captured Kabul on 15th of August 2021 after US troops withdrawal. With the context of international recognition, no country recognized Taliban government as a government, but China reopened its embassy, but no officially recognition of Taliban as a government. Let's find about Afghanistan. So it's a landlocked country in South Asia. Neighbor countries are total 7. India, Pakistan, China, Iran, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and Tajikistan. Its capital is Kabul and currency is Afghani. Fine. So let's move to the next one. Which organization has recently captured an epic view of the largest volcano in our solar system named Olympus Mons using Mars Odyssey orbiter? Fine. So first of all, the organization name is NASA. So recently, NASA's Mars Odyssey orbiter captured an epic view of the largest volcano in our solar system named Olympus Mons. Fine, it's the largest volcano in entire solar system. Let's find the key discussion point of this question. So basically, NASA's Mars Odyssey orbiter launched in 2001. The mission of this orbiter is to map Mars surface and relay communication, and recently it captured view of Olympus Mons, the largest volcano in the solar system. Its exact location is Thars, in Tharsis region, and it's a shield volcano type. So basically, Olympus Mons, which is much larger than Earth's Mauna Loa, that is the biggest volcano on Earth in Hawaii, USA. Also, Olympus Mons is about 2.5 times the height of Mount Everest, the highest mountain on Earth. The achievement of Odyssey is it is longest active mission ever around another planet and scheduled to continue until 2025. Fine. Scheduled to continue until 2025. Fine. Let's move to the next one. What is the primary objective of Project Nexus recently seen in the news? So, first of all, Project Nexus is linked with RBI, Reserve Bank of India, and the primary objective of this project is to enable instant cross-border retail payment. Let's find the key discussion point. So recently RBI joined Project Nexus. The purpose is to enable instant cross-border retail payment and it will link domestic fast payment system. Conceptualized by BIS Innovation Hub, the key feature includes single connection solution. The goal is to connect FPS of India and 4 Asian countries and the target year is 2026. Automatic linking of new member countries is one of the target of this mission. Fine. So let's move to the some revision question. Which bank has recently collaborated with RBI to revolutionize agriculture lending through digitalization? So the answer is NABARD. The collaboration is between NABARD and RBI. According to RBI, what is the projected consumer price index inflation for the fiscal year 24-25? So it is expected 4.5%. What is? So it is 4.5%. Recently, RBI has imposed a penalty of rupees 1.40 crore on which bank? So the bank is Bank of India. And RBI recently signed an MOU with which bank to promote use of local currency? So it is with Bank of Indonesia. Bank Indonesia. Fine. Let's move to the next question. Noka Beach, recently seen in news, is the traditional boat race of which state? So, recently seen in news, Noka Beach is the traditional boat race of West Bengal. Fine, the answer is West Bengal. Let's find the key discussion point of this question. So, recently the event Noka Beach boat races happened in West Bengal, India. Timing is with southwest monsoon onset annually, and the participant increasing female participation was one of the key point of this event. Cultural connection, it is linked to worship of Hindu deity Manasa, goddess of snakes, and the term Saurangi generally represent a boat, 90 feet long boat. Fine. Let's move to the next one. So recent cultural event in news, Ambubachi Mela, recently seen in news, is an annual festival of which state? So it is the annual festival of Assam. Hamas festival, so it is of Ladakh. Raja Parv, agriculture based festival, it is of Odisha. Sagadava, Buddhist festival, it is of Sikkim. Gangamma Jatra, folk festival, it is of Andhra Pradesh, not Arunachal Pradesh, it's Andhra Pradesh. Uthandavar festival, and it is of Tamil Nadu, and Chitithari Car festival, it is also of Tamil Nadu. Fine, let's move to the next one. Recently, which country has sent 2 trains carrying coal to India through the international north-south transport corridor for the first time? So, recently INSTC was in news because of the 2 trains who carried coal to India through the international north-south transport corridor for the first time ever. So, the country is Russia. So, recently Russia sent 2 trains carrying coal to India via INSTC, International North-South Transport Corridor. Let's find the key discussion point of this question. So, the route is from St. Petersburg to India Mumbai port via Bandar Abbas port, which is in Iran. Fine. So let's find the key discussion point of INSTC. Generally, it's a 7,200 kilometer multi-mode transit route which connect Indian Ocean to Persian Gulf to Caspian Sea to North Europe. Fine. And also, this route is connected via ship, rail, and road routes. INSTC origin, so launched on 12th of September 2000 in Euro-Asian Conference on Transport in 2000, and the trilateral agreement was between India, Russia and Iran, and presently 13 countries are member of this INSTC. Fine. Let's move to the next one. Recently, which country's navy has signed a deal with India's garden-rich shipbuilder and engineer GRAC for an 800-ton ocean-going tug? So the answer is Bangladesh. So, recently the Bangladesh Navy signed a significant deal with India's garden-rich shipbuilders and engineers for an 800-ton ocean-going tug, part of a 500 million line of credit. Please find line of credit from India for defense equipment. The contract was finalized in Dhaka, witnessed by the GRSC and Bangladesh Navy official. Fine. Let's find the key discussion point of this event. So the deal was worth approximately $21 million. For initial phase, $500 million line of credit from India to Bangladesh for purchase of defense equipment. The delivery time frame will be within 24 months of contract signing, and this event coincide with Indian Navy Chief Admiral Dinesh K. Tripaঠি's visit to Bangladesh. Fine. Revision question. Let's move to the revision question. Recently, which ministry has issued the directive to eliminate commercial dealing in organs, especially those involving foreign citizens? So the answer is Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Next one is which country has signed USD 375 million deal with India in defense sector? So the answer is Philippines. Actually, we have to eliminate this question because we do not have the options. Let's move to the next. Which state has signed rupees 2000 crore deal with ropeway construction company Poma Group in London? So the answer is Uttarakhand. Fine, with ropeway construction company Uttarakhand. Let's move to the next one. Which ministry recently approved rupees 56 crore for the conservation of Indian Great Indian Bustard and Lesser Florican? So the answer is Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So recently, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change approved rupees 56 crore for the next phase of conservation, the Great Indian Bustard and Lesser Florican. So, generally, this program running since 2016 aims for the long-term recovery of this critically endangered species with around 140 GIBS and fewer than 1000 lesser floricans surviving. Fine. Let's find the short notes for this question. Great Indian Bustard Conservation Update. So, Initiative for Conservation Efforts for GIB and Lesser Florican recently have received a boost, rupees 56 crore approved by MOEFCC for the next phase. The background of GIB conservation, it started in 2013 with National Bustard Recovery Plan, and in 2016 it transitioned to the Bustard Recovery Project, and in 2018 there is a trilateral agreement signed involving MOEFCC, Rajasthan Forest Department, and Wild Institute of India. Fine. And the current status of GIB, it is listed as critically endangered on the IUCN Red List. Fine. So that's all for today. With this, we are winding up our session, and now let's start with today's quiz. So here on the slide, you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past days current affair classes. Please pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, please do not forget to share your answer in the comment box. Please be honest. And so that's all today. And I hope you have liked the session. Thank you. And please subscribe to GK Today.